Hello. So I'm going to talk about building server-side software in Swift. So who here knows what an API is? OK, cool. That's a lot of you. Great. Who has ever written backend code before? Or maybe writes backend code now? OK, that's less of you, but still a lot. And who is scared of trying to write backend code? Yeah, there's a fair few hands. OK, cool. So I'm going to try and make it less scary. And I'm going to try and do that with live coding. So I'm going to be doing this, but with less awesome hair. So let's get started. Can I do the thing? I can do the thing. Cool. I want to go over here. OK, so who here has used the Swift Package Manager before? Who here knows what the Swift Package Manager is? OK, great. That's everybody. So I don't need to explain that too much. Or it's everyone that I can see through the lights. OK, so what we're going to do is we've already created a package.swift, pulled the dependencies, and have a main.swift file. So the package.swift looks something like this. We have a thing called Frank, which is a simple DSL for writing web applications in Swift. And we have a simple package that I wrote that makes some of the modeling easier. And the main.swift is currently empty. And if I run Swift build, it's already built. Cool. Swift build -- clean and Swift build. And here we wait. Hopefully everyone can see the sides, well, the text. Cool, so that's built. And if we try and run that right now, it does nothing because main.swift does nothing. So what we're going to do is we're going to start out by importing all of the things, because if I miss anything, it will break, and then I will be confused. And we'll get a lot of errors, and I don't want to deal with that. So we use, that's the wrong thing. We're going to import Frank. We're going to import resource. And then we're going to import a couple, and we're going to import foundation for NSUUID. And then we're going to import a couple of dependencies, just because if I don't, it might break, and I don't want to do that on stage. OK, that should be everything. Then we're going to define some simple models. So we're going to build a to-do list API. For that, we need a to-do item, and we need the status. So the status is going to be a string. Not an enum of string, an enum of status that is a string. There we go. Learn to type. And that's going to have two cases, outstanding and completed. We're also going to have struct to do that is a resource and has an identifier, a title, and a variable status for now, because reasons. We're going to have an init with an identifier that is a string, and that's going to default to an NSUUID UID string. That's a mouthful. It's going to have a title that is a string, a status, and the default is going to be outstanding. That is a wider display than I thought it would be. I'm fine with that. And then in here, self.identifier equals identifier, self.title equals title, and self.status equals status. And then so that we can get different representations of this, we're going to implement the attributes function from resource. And we're going to return an object of string to any, because types. This has an identifier of the identifier, a title, and I'm going a little bit slow, title, and a status, which is the raw value of the status. And I need to close that out. And I need to close that out. And now we're going to see if that builds. I didn't save. Oh. No. Now I've saved. Cool. Wait for everything to compile. Cool. And if we run that, it all compiles, it's fine, doesn't do anything yet, but we're going to fix that now. So the first thing we need to, So the first thing we need to be able to do is get a list of the to-dos. And because I don't want to set up a database on stage, we're going to have a simple or in-memory array of to-dos for now. I apologize to anybody who is a server developer in the audience. And that has an identifier of 1, 2, 3, 4, a title of present talk at SwiftLondon, and the default status. And we also have a to-do with just a title of write talk for SwiftLondon, and the status, I'm pretty sure, is completed. And then what we're going to do is we're going to define a get to-dos function, and that takes a request that we're going to ignore, and it's going to return a collection response of to-dos, not redos. So if I go ahead and build that, I hope this is in the right directory. Yeah, it looks like it is. Cool. Compiling. Yay. Cool, so that started up. And if I go over here, if I go up there, woohoo. As you can see, we get the two to-dos we defined. We get present talk at SwiftLondon, which is outstanding. I hope it's an outstanding talk too, but that's a separate point. And write talk for SwiftLondon, which is completed and has a random UUID. So if we go back, like being able to get our list of to-dos is quite useful, but it'd be more useful, or however unfortunate, to be able to also create to-dos. So we're going to do that by creating a post request to to-dos, and we're going to get the request in, and in fact, we're actually going to use a short name for that of rec, because we need to create a variable reference to that so we can read the rest of the body. Then let me check over here. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So, what we're going to do is we're going to get the body. In the process of this talk, I am not going to handle error handling, for the most part. If things explode, they will explode, but it's a controlled demo, and hopefully that won't happen. In real life, you would want to properly handle errors for the purpose of demonstration, implicitly unwrap all the things. So then I don't want caps lock. Why does caps lock even exist? We're going to then parse it with yet another implicitly unwrapped thing. That's not the right thing. That's the right thing. Cool. And we're going to get the dictionary value. Then we're going to pass out the title. This is just like an angry person shouting a lot in code. Boom. Everywhere it can explode. That is a problem for another Daniel. Okay, cool. So what we're doing here is we're getting the body, we're passing the JSON, and then we're getting the values out of that. We're then going to create a to-do with a title, and status, which is the status, with a raw value of status, and for now, another one of those, and we're going to append that to our list of to-dos, and we're going to return the resource using the resource function, which is defined as get, and then passing in the request so it can do content negotiation on the response. And then, hopefully, I didn't want to clean that build, but OK. Compiling. Cool. So then if we run that, if we go over here, not over here, over here, not over here, over here, we can still get our existing list of to-dos, but now, not that one, that one. That should not say that. Hello, demo fail. And then if I run that, how do I hit the button? Where is the mouse? I can't see the mouse. Why is this not doing its thing? Try again. Hey! So then if I go over and get the list of to-dos, not that one, that one. Why is this not doing the thing? Does anybody understand how OS X full screen actually works? Does this not have a thing? Oh. Hey, there we go. Okay, so in that case, I would also show how to toggle, but if I'm running out of time, let me find the slide. Go over here. Here's where we pretend everything worked, which it kind of did this time, which is a surprise, to be honest. I did that mostly from memory. If you have any questions, the code is up on GitHub. You can find me on Twitter, or you can send me an email. That's me.